Hello dear friends, my name is Solomon, and today in this video I want to discuss with you deeply in details how you can attack with dragons and overgrowth with a long dive of the Royal Champion in Legends League. And in this video we will discuss and I will explain you all the tips, tricks, and all the details that you have to keep in mind to be successful with dragons in the new Legends League. We will watch replays on different types of bases in Legends and try to understand what are the main things in the attack with dragons and what you always have to do to get regular 3 stars from your opponent's base. All details in the video, let's go. Okay, so we are starting with this base. It's a Rage Invis core base, and first of all what we have to think about is from which side we want to attack with our Royal Champion. And actually the first things that you have to search for on the base is the compartments with a lot of anti-air defenses, and those should be destroyed first. But here, for example, one of the best ideas would be to attack from the monolith side, but there is a king and the red bomb, and that's why the attacker decides to attack from the opposite side, because there is a multi-cannon, also multi-archers, and so on. So basically we can destroy top of this base and create a good funnel, besides destroying some of the key anti-air defenses. First of all, we are using the rocket spears for our Royal Champion to destroy first layer of defenses, and then we start to use our invisibilities. And if you are using Phoenix on your Royal Champion, you don't have to care about the cooldown of the invisibilities. You just use one after another, and besides we can speed up the dive of the Royal Champion just with using invisibilities over the defenses, and this way we are covering the defenses and killing them with our Electro Boots aura. And you see all of the top defenses, I mean all of the defenses on the top of this base are destroyed by the Royal Champion. And now we can prepare the second step of this attack, the attack with dragons and the giant arrow of our queen. And first thing that you always have to search for with your queen giant arrow is the destruction of the air sweepers. This is the most important thing that you always have to keep in mind, and they are both in the core. So basically on such type of base especially, we want to activate the invisibility in the core, destroy the air sweepers, and if possible destroy the air defenses. And here exactly you see the ideal giant arrow, because both air sweepers were destroyed and also the invisibility activated and 2 air defenses destroyed. So this is like the best case that can be. And then we are attacking with dragons from the opposite side from the queen. This is important because this way we won't get a time fail, as queen will make the cleanup on the bottom of the base, and at the same time dragons will attack from the top. But we also have Overgrowth spell and also the Battle Blimp, and here you see the Battle Blimp is being used of course with the Grand Warden to destroy the core of the base, but the Overgrowth is being used on the opposite side from the dragons. And the reason for that is, first of all, of course we are protecting dragons because we don't get damage from the fire speeder, but besides we are protecting queen because she is coming close to that compartment, and by using that Overgrowth we are protecting the queen so she can continue her cleanup on the bottom of the base. So this is like 2 functions of the Overgrowth. First of all, of course, we are reducing damage for our dragons, but secondly, we're also reducing damage for our queen, and for that we just need to search for a moment when we should use that Overgrowth. And here was the great example how the Overgrowth should be used. So now we are just using a couple of rocket loons and also the freeze spell just to protect even more the dragons, and you see the base is wrecked. By the way, for the Royal Champion, for the Minion Prince, here we are using the standard equipment, but if you have the Dark Crown, you can also use it. It will be also useful with the Dark Orb. The next attack is attack on the base with double rage compartments. This is also very popular base in Legends, and for such types of bases we always need to destroy one of the raged compartments with our royal champion, and on the second one we will send our dragons. And if you are choosing between two rage compartments, the first rage compartment you want to attack is the compartment where lots of air defenses, so we are destroying them with the royal champion. If both of them are similar, we are attacking from the compartment where the red bomb is, because we want to activate it with royal champion instead of dragons. Here we should choose the right raged compartment, because there is a multi-cannon, also multi-archer. In comparison with the other one, this one is more dangerous for the dragons. In the beginning we are using our royal champion rocket spears, destroying first layer of defenses, and now we are coming into the baited area. But when we are using Phoenix, we are not afraid of those baits in comparison with the Spirit Fox, and the reason for that is usually the baits are targeted for the Spirit Fox more, because it's more difficult to kill the royal champion, especially when we are not getting any damage when we are switching between Fox and spell invisibilities. And that's why for this army the baits are not that dangerous. And you see the royal champion is taking care of that compartment, and she's still alive. She destroyed all defenses there, and besides she also switched to their air sweeper. This is important. So now for us the only danger is the next air sweeper, but this is another important thing that I wanted to point your attention to. You see the Queen Giant Arrow is being used, but she didn't target the second air sweeper. And the reason for that is we destroyed one of the air sweepers, and so we don't actually have to care about the second one, as we can come from the side behind the last air sweeper. And because of that we can just use the giant arrow to destroy a couple of air defenses. And also we are getting some cleanup on bottom with the queen, but the main thing is that we are attacking from the second rage compartment and from the side behind the air sweeper. So the dragons are being sent, our Grand Warden is there, also the battle blimp is coming, and now the perfect timing for the Grand Warden ability just to protect the air sweeper, sorry, the battle blimp, the dragons from the raged sector, and also the overgrowth, just to get more funnel and to get more protections for the dragons. In this attack, it's a bit more difficult because all of the dragons are facing that raged compartment in the beginning, so we are using our Grand Warden in the beginning, but nevertheless, we still have lots of dragons alive, and the funnel is also great. The last two multi-archer towers on the bottom, but you see, again, the attacker still has 5 rocket loons, and he will use them exactly when the dragons will come towards that defenses, so additional damage to the defense, additional tanking in front of the dragons, and also speeding up the end of the attack. So yeah, you see the rocket loons are coming into one of the multi-archer towers and destroyed. So only one archer tower have to be destroyed, besides the king is also getting melted down, and it's another 3-star with the dragon. So this is an example how you should attack double raged compartments, but sometimes the double raged bases are different, and now I will show you another example how you can attack them. Okay, so here is another example of double raged base, but usually on such bases the compartments with the rage towers are heavily baited. I mean heavily. You see the red mine here probably will be the tornado trap, and if we want to attack such bases directly into the raged compartment, then we can even lose our royal champion, even with the Phoenix, because there will be a huge amount of bombs besides the traps, the spring traps, and the tornado traps, and so on and so on. That's why there is another trick to attack such bases, and we, as we are doing a long dive of the royal champion, we can start it from the top. And as there are not many defenses on the top, the the royal champion will come into that raised compartment without getting baited. Now you will see what I'm talking about. So we can start from the top, from the monolith. Using our royal champion ability, rocket spears are going into the defenses. Here we are using one invisibility because the range of the monolith is the same as the rocket spears. That's why we are protecting our royal champion. And you see, she starts to move to the bottom of this base. And actually, if we're attacking into that raised compartments from such angle, we won't get any damage from the bait, because usually the bait is in front of that compartment, not on the like behind side. So you see, we are entering that compartment, but from the opposite side of the traps, and we are not getting any damage from those traps, and we are taking care of that compartment. Besides, we have created a great funnel, because almost half of the base is already destroyed. And also we can attack from the behind of the second air sweeper, so we can use our queen with her giant arrow to take care of some air defenses. I want to pause it because I want to show you, actually, if we attack with dragons from this side, we already have a great funnel. We don't face the air sweeper, we don't face the fire speeder, and actually I think here was a bit misclick with the giant arrow, because the attacker sent it. Yeah, you see, queen had already switched the target, and that's why she fired the giant arrow not into the correct direction, but nevertheless it will be still a 3-star. And you see, the dragons are coming from the top. They are not facing any damage at all right now. The Grand Warden ability even not being used, and the reason for that is the flame flinger, sorry, the battle blimp. I'm just a little bit tired after the work, so I'm like saying the wrong words. Nevertheless, the battle blimp destroyed the town hall even without the Grand Warden ability, and the Grand Warden ability was used when the dragons came into the raised compartment. And also we still have our minion prince ability, and that ability can be used when the overgrowth wears off from that compartment. And now the perfect time for the prince ability. Everything is frozen, lots of dragons alive, some rocket loons from the bottom of this base, and it's a 3-star. It's another 3-star. Such bases are very difficult even for the root riders, but with dragons you see what is going on. Everything is just melted down, because if you keep all these tricks and tips in mind that I have explained you, you will be getting constant 3-stars. And one more attack and one more type of base that you can face in Legends. It's a double poison base, and this is the most difficult type of bases for this army. And the reason is, first of all, poison are slowing down the royal champion dive, and besides they can slow down the dragons themselves. That's why you see the attacker starts attack from the top. So he is just taking care of the town hall, and there are two main reasons for that. First of all, destroying the town hall gives us a good funnel. Second is that we just want to be on the safe side, and we don't want to leave the town hall to the end of the attack, because on such bases we can have time fails and even 1-stars. And besides, you see the redirecting of the royal champion into the town hall, because this base is built that way that the royal champion cannot easily go into the town hall. She tries to run around, but by using only one invisibility spell, we are just directing our royal champion into the town hall, and she takes care of the town hall. Besides, also the multi cannon and the fire speeder. Besides, there is an air sweeper, but unfortunately the royal champion changed her direction and she didn't went into that air sweeper. So the air sweepers are very important to be taken out by the queen. That's why we are starting the attack with the dragons on the left side, but we need to place our queen on the right side so she can destroy that air sweeper. And exactly that is happening right now. Giant arrow, the air sweeper is destroyed. And you see in this attack that actually this is one of the most important things. the correct usage of the giant arrow, not only the great dive by the RC. And basically it's not that difficult because we are using Phoenix. We don't have those switches of invisibilities, Owl's invisibility and Fox invisibility, and that's why you usually can take care of your royal champion pretty easily. But that giant arrow is always very important. You always want to take care of those air sweepers, especially on such bases with double poisons, because otherwise you can face time fails. And here you see it's not a big deal. And I always love those rocket loons that are coming from behind, because they can usually help in the end of the attack. You always need to, I mean, you always want to try to save them till the end of the attack, because actually here, if we would use them in the beginning, we would probably again lose a lot of dragons because of that fire speeder. But rocket loons just came in the right time and took care of the fire speeder, and it's a 3-star. And you see, actually dragons are, I think this army is one of the strongest armies right now, and especially this is the strongest, guaranteed strongest army, air army in the game. So you always can do 3 stars easily with this army. Just keep in mind all those things that I have explained to you in this video. And if you want any other armies to be to be explained in details, please write your armies in the comment section and I will try to break them down for you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I see you in the next video. It was Solomon. Bye.